This looks fun.
Okay.
This is from Slowboard Whiteboard. This sounds like a fun little creature to listen to before we start closing up.
So we're closing in on almost 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I've been tracking everything that's been going on across the country today. And my most
When did you leave your little nest? She looks like an aging robin.
important encounter was when I
She looks like a lost Dr. Seuss character.
To get my champagne. I was talking to the guy in the store, of course, asking him, did he vote? And he said he did early voting. And he asked me if I early.
Lesbian.
Voted. And he's asked me,
I wouldn't be surprised if you panned down and she had actual chicken feet.
Why I was
Subaru vibes.
Champagne. And I said, because I'm going to be toasting Madam President tonight. And he just looked at me with kind of like a smirk on his face.
Madam President.
And I said, she's
Madam President, Madam President.
Jim Bob, check out my daily practices as a Norse pagan by Jacob Todson on YouTube, Lord of the Dweebs.
Lord of the Dweebs. I will check that out. Pagans are fun. I consider pagans like atheists at this point.
She's going to win this, right? And he says, oh, well, it's very, very close. And I said, no, it's not. He says, well, what do you mean? I said, no, it's not. The women of America are making their voices heard. Reproductive rights is what it all comes down to. And women are voting.
I mean, the good news is I think we're, at least if there's a pendulum at all, we're so tired. Everyone, women, even more women are tired of this position where it's like, we give you rights, we give you a vote, we give you autonomy, we give you freedom to go and do, and we, give you a bunch of rope and you make multiple nooses. You don't even hang yourself. Metaphorically, you do. But the thing you wind up as the ultimate arbiter for who to vote for is whether or not you can kill your own kids. I mean, if you just say it for what it is, it's really crazy. We're just used to it. We're like numb to it. But it's so crazy that ends up being the thing, the ultimate thing, the most important thing. This hag, who can't even have a kid, is speaking on behalf of younger women, this advocacy that the most important position you have in society is not a mother, but the ability to avoid being a mother. And you call that empowering. I did see the meme of the frog, the Groyper, I guess, is Groyper and frog the same as far as the image, the frog? The frog meme, but Donald Trump, and it said, your body, my choice, which is funny because I made a meme of Bill, what the hell? Did I say his name's Bill? Yeah, Bill Gates. So weird. I just suddenly, it didn't make sense. His name was Bill. Like he almost didn't earn the name Bill. It's like Bill sounds like a working man. Bill Gates. My body, your body, my choice. But it's kind of funny that from that autonomy perspective, we're trolling them. But really, you do take a your body, my choice approach in an organized society with law anyway. I mean, ultimately, even a rights-based society, a law-based society, really is a bunch of people with bodies completely governed ultimately by a system of justice with consequences for certain behaviors. So at least we all agree that autonomy isn't really the thing that we're protecting ultimately. And these people say, name one instance in which a man's body was legislated. The draft.
In numbers relative to men that are unbelievable. She's won this. And I said to him, she's going to take every one of the swing states plus Iowa. And he said, oh, but the numbers are so close. I said, I'm a political analyst. I'm telling you right now, the numbers are there. She's taking this election. And then I said to him, you realize, and he didn't tell me who he voted for, but of course I knew. And I said, you do realize you wasted your vote, right? And I didn't care.
Oh, did she do a follow-up video? I don't know who this is. It's probably a nobody, obviously, but I should include this with tomorrow's stream. That's for sure.
I walked out of the vote.
She's curled in a ball. She's in a bathtub for sure. Crying, sobby eyes, big novel, candles, smell, patchouli oil. A dog, 3 dogs next to the shower that just lay there, picking up on the pity, the despair. Little goblin. It really is. It's a mental disorder. Or maybe it's like this. Maybe liberalism is the reduction, like political stance of a spiritual mental disorder. I think that's more specific if I'm going to use my autism that I now have. She can't even take oh God, that's gradual, slow nervous breakdown where she's hugging her dogs harder and harder. You know what I mean? Like they're even noticing she's a little unhinged. Like, woof.
Of champagne and happily walked home. Bye-bye.
Oh, that is. Thank you, Slow Boy Whiteboard, for accumulating this. I'm gonna make sure to play that tomorrow. We'll watch that again. That's for sure. Ben folds 5 chairs, $10. My lesbian sister-in-law is now terrified she's going to get pregnant from being raped and being forced to carry the child here in Colorado. You can't. Yeah, I know, it's insane. They have a fetish. It's a fetish. You know, we were all like wondering the phenomenon in the last 100 years with like serial killers and Ted Bundys and all these. The women are always like, oh yeah, he raped me. And then Andrew got like all sorts of shit because he posted that there's this whole set of ugly women who fantasize about being assaulted. Like, isn't that just the truth? Like, it's like they can't wait to say it. Like the same thing with the fantasy of like the bridesmaid. I always say it, Handmaid's Tale. They love it. They love Handmaid's Tale. They would just love it if they could be right about it, that coming true. And it would be worth it to them in their pride to be, chained to a shitty bed in some sort of, airport hangar and going, oh, I knew I was right about it. Where's my red gown? Like they'd almost rather be in the situation and be right than admit that they're making up shit. Because even the furthest right-wing people understand, even the most authoritative right-wing people understand that even a Trump presidency is mostly liberal. Mostly.